All right, what is up, YouTube fam? Welcome to another Dropping Bombs video. I'm Corey Baumeister. We're going to be playing ourselves a little bit of Modern today. I know I said we were going to be switching it up to Historic and Alchemy, but come on, look at this deck. It's too cool. It's too cool. I've wanted to play it for too long, and here we are. We're gonna make it happen. This is Harlan Fuhr's Temur Midrange deck that he just barely missed top 8 of the SCG Philly event. You know, really strong performance. Me and him had the same record, but Harlan, to quote Harlan, did all his losing at the end where I start my losing early, you know, and get those losses out of the way. We had our friendly banter, and, you know, let's keep it real. We trash talk each other quite often, but it's all in good fun, and Harlan's a great sport, as well as just an incredible Magic player. So, and Harlan always comes up with these decks that maybe seem off the radar a little bit and people don't give enough credit to, don't give enough respect to, you know, and for whatever reason, who knows, you know, some of the decks are just insane. You know, everybody has some misses when it comes to building decks, but for the most part, Harlan's decks are pretty awesome. So now let's get into the deck here. We're playing Izzet Murktide, essentially just splash for Tarmogoyf and then Veils, as well as some natural states in the sideboard. But this is going to play out very similar to Izzet Murktide, but you're going to have this really tricky, hard to deal with threat. Like Tarmogoyf, for turn 2, you know, it's a phenomenal play to just play like either DRC or Regavent on 1, Tarmogoyf on 2, and then either, you know, control the battlefield with counterspells and Archmage's Charms, or maybe play like Expressive Iteration or something like that. So 2-drops really fit into this deck quite well, and I always love a powerful 2-drop a powerful 2-drop that you can play to the battlefield whenever you're playing Expressive Iteration. It kind of takes the mold of like Smoldering Egg in Standard, when that was a format, lol. Being able to just play Egg, then the next turn Iteration, get that 3rd land, maybe play a 1-drop as well. And it's even better in this deck because we have so many powerful 1-drops that kind of sequence is actually just pretty common and really insane. So we have 4 Baubles here. Kind of hard to not play Bauble. Bauble is just, you know, one of the more incredible cards with Dragon Rage Channeler. Then for our 1-drop threats, of course, we have the powerful Monkey and DRC as a way to just have an incredible turn 1 play. That's also going to help you feel the graveyard when you have DRC, or Regavent can just, you know, take over the game. We've seen the Monkey up to its no good tricks here quite often in the Modern metagame, and this deck is no different. So then we're going to look at the removal spells, and wow, 8 pieces of removal spell. You know how I said I'm not a big Lightning Bolt fan? Well, that's in a deck that can facilitate Fatal Push. In this deck, I think this is a very good Lightning Bolt deck. You can actually quite often finish your opponents off. You know, we're not dealing ourselves a ton of damage. I think this breaks the mold in my mind of Lightning Bolt being a bad card. It's really just not a good card in Grixis Death Shadow right now, but plenty good in this deck, as well as Unholy Heat. Still a good card in here. This is not as good of a Delirium deck as, let's say, Grixis Death Shadow is, but still a very strong one. Then we have Consider, which has just been the default best 1-mana cantrip. 1-mana cantrips, in my opinion, are not that great these days. In fact, Serum Vision, outside of a combo deck, you know, basically unplayable. Opt, Consider is just a better Opt, and ends up being Opt being a little bit unplayable as well. Oh, we got the good old Tarmogoyf, the Ligolorf that everybody loves to hate. Tarmogoyf can just be gigantic in this deck. It's the reason to play green, and the only green lands we have is 2 breeding pools, so it's pretty free to play this anyways with all your fetch lands. So really cool addition to the deck. I'm excited to try it. And we got 4 counter spells, just good old-fashioned counter spell back in Modern. I haven't cast this spell in a while, but you know what? Just a good card. Just a good card. Speaking of good cards, we have one of the best draw spells we've ever seen. That's it. Like, don't even have to elaborate. This card is just unreal. You know, and this may be... Grixis Death Shadow is probably just a little bit better of an Expressive Iteration deck, but not by much, because you play a lot of the same cards, and it just ends up being very strong. It's always kind of awkward with counter spells, because you can't ever play the counter spell the turn that you play this. So if you see 2 counter spells and something else you can't cast, like a Murktide, it becomes a little awkward in some regards. So Expressive Iteration is usually either that turn 3 play when you really need to find a land, or, you know, maybe turn 5 when you've already established and dumped out the rest of your hand. Then we got some Archmage's Charm. Being able to gain control of a Ragavan is huge. Counter something, draw some cards. Archmage's Charm is at a very good place right now. I think it's extremely good against both Hammer and Death Shadow. This is one of the cards I fear out of the Izzet Murktide decks more than anything. It's just if I play Ragavan and like maybe, you know, don't have the mana to leave a counter spell up or something, and they Archmage's Charm it, the game just is over. You know, like it's just over on the spot. Then we got only 3 Murktide Regents. That's interesting to me, just because this is, you know, the main reason to play it. It's called Izzet Murktide, you know, outside of the Temur iteration here most of the time. So only 3 of them is interesting, like I said. But with 4 Tarmogoyfs, you can't have too many threats here, so it does make sense to me. Then we'll get to the sideboard. We got the old Dress Downs here. Love it. Love it. Even in a deck where Dress Down doesn't really work too well with you because you have Tarmogoyfs, just having this against Hammer and other Urza Saga's deck is just too good. So love that. 3 Spell Pierce. I think this is the best counter spell out of the sideboard right now. So I love having 3 of those. Fury for aggressive matchups. Alpine Moon for Tron. Urza Saga, as well as God, I know I'm forgetting something. Oh, Amulet. Amulet. Great for that. Veil of Summer. Excellent against Shadow. Natural State, I'm still interested to see what is going to be good against, but of course, believe it or not, it's going to be good against artifacts and enchantments where their mana value is 3, 2, 1, or 0. I'll see myself out, but I can't think of anything that it really stands out against except Hammer. But, you know, there's going to be plenty of things, especially with Neon Dynasty in the mix now. You'll notice we're not playing any Neon Dynasty cards, but you know what? Not every deck has to be adopting some of those, but it is going to be very good against some of the other artifact-based artifacts and enchantments we're seeing from Neon Dynasty. And then a couple of EEs. So this list screams out to me that I want to beat Hammer down. At least the sideboard does. And we'll see if that's the case. So, all right, everyone, let's battle. Okay, let's play. All right, this hand is reasonable. Definitely want DRC to stay alive here, but not the absolute worst if it were to not, but we will keep. Yeah, otherwise this is just going to be a draw go for a while, but with a bunch of counter spells, that's completely fine. All right, no companion from our opponent. All right, our opponent has mulliganed. Okay, let's do it. All right, DRC for sure. Then we'll say go. Tron. Uh-oh. That might not be great for us. Well, let's hope they have the type of draw that really is reliant on them casting like Sylvan Scrying here or something. I mean, I'm going to counter anything. Anything they play here, I will cast the card Counter Spell. Counter it. We want to find a land. We're also going to bring in these Alpine Moons. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Counter it. There's the Stirrings. There's Urza's Mine. They're starting to complete Tron. Good old Tron. Neon Dynasty comes out. Bunch of new cards to play. You know what? Let's play some Tron. That I will let resolve. Now you got to try to just stop them from getting to like 10 mana. Once they Ulamog, it's just a lot of trouble. Yeah, I think I'll let that resolve too. But like Ancient Stirrings here, I think we counter. Okay. So let's just draw cards. Draw some cards, please. Would I like Expressive Iteration? think I'm going to bin this. I do want that card, but I don't want to tap out and run into a train wreck scenario. So now we should be able to get Delirious and start an actual clock here. That was actually really good. So consider instant. Yeah, let's graveyard it because we do need another type here. I guess we do just have to hit it off this now. Archmage's Charm. That doesn't give us Delirium anyways, so I think we just leave it. And we're going to attack with Ragavan anyways, so no point in bobbling them now. So let's attack. We'll have Counterspell available. I don't think I want to play that unless I know I have a land on top. Oh yeah, I already knew that. That was stupid. Alright, so I'm not going to play that. I have an Ancient Stirrings off top. Let's draw some magic cards. Yeah, and there's that awkwardness with Spire Bluff Canals as your 4th land, which, you know, does make sense. So now it's a question of, do we think they already have Tron? And honestly, I don't think we can risk it, so we have to let this go. They could easily be juking us if they already had Tron. Okay, I don't think they have Tron, so let's counter this. We don't want another Ragavan, and there's our DRC. All right, here comes Ragavan. Here comes Ragavan. Right down Ragavan Lane. Now, if they kill this, this is really bad for us. But if they do not, we're going to be pretty far ahead. Yeah, this feels like a decent matchup, I must say. Feels kind of tough to lose to this. And I love a deck that beats down Tron, so I'm already in if that's the case. Yeah, YOLO. Counter everything that gets them Tron. Frustrate the Tron player. That's the goal. All right, now we can once again dash Ragavan and use Archmage's Charm, and then that should be GG. All right, we'll attack. Okay. Chromatic Sphere is fine. Do you got the Tower power? The Tower of Power? Or are you dead? I think they're dead, y'all. All right. Oh, shoot. 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, let's counter that. Counter everything. Counter everything. All right, we'll bring in a couple Alpine Moons. Spell Pierces are good. Natural State can be good too. So we probably have a decent amount of dead cards. The bolts are bad. Tarmogoyf is probably not excellent for this matchup. But I can see leaving in 2. And I think I'm going to cut an Expressive Iteration too. Let's see how that looks. It seems reasonable to me. Yeah, let's try that. All right, Tron, bring it. Yeah, the natural state does just blow up like spheres or maps or, yeah, we might see it here. It's not a great hand, though. Or maps or Oblivion Stones. This is probably just a mulligan. These Murktides, one's basically unplayable already. Goyf is not going to be very big, and we have no permission. Yeah, I think it's close. It is close. Yeah, let's ship it. Well, I think this hand is slightly worse, but I'm going to keep. Okay. Well, that's a good start to Tron. We like that. It's pretty good. I'm gonna go like this and say go. I forget how big Tarmogoyf gets so fast. Nothing for them. And here's the nice thing we get to do that we don't get to do with Grixis Death Shadow. Sack this Polluted Delta. And our opponent is ruining our dramatic, stupid joke. And put a Steam Vents into play tapped. Bang. No damage lost. Okay, now I think it's just Tarmogoyf time. Get our clock down. Bang. All right, then we'll say go. We got a 2-3. All right. So we'd love to avoid like a stone, like an O stone here, but that is perfect. Okay, so now the question is, do we want to risk it by expressive iterationing? It doesn't boost this. Or do we just want to leave counter magic open? It's close because no matter what, we'll be able to spell pierce. But let's say we don't hit a land, then we're obligated to like play Ragavan or something, and then we could really be in trouble. So I think I'm going to not do it this turn, and we're going to do it next turn. Not 1,000,000,000% if that is correct. Because most of the time in these scenarios where you want to fill the graveyard for Murktide, you usually want to play this as soon as possible. But up against Tron, it's a different beast. Because you're all about just taking away their resources above everything. The deck is unplayable if they don't assemble Tron, and it's barely playable if they do assemble Tron. Tron just has not gotten any upgrades, and rightfully so, because it is not an enjoyable deck to play against. But we do love that it is finally getting its time where it's unplayable, where you don't just get free wins from the deck. All right, here's iteration. What is this? Counter target sorcery, huh? I think I'm okay with that. All right, now we got a 4-5. God, this Goyf is going to do some damage. I love this. Okay, now we'll say go. We're going to try to counter their stuff. No stuff for them. We'll fetch. All right, now we'll probably be able to Murk it up. Not going to be the biggest Murktide you've ever seen in your entire life, but it is going to be a clock. And we just want to make sure we have 3 mana available. And now if we counter something like a Planeswalker, it's just GG because that will add some types. I guess we did take away land, but we have a land here. That'll boost it to 4. So if we counter a Planeswalker, it'd just be GG. Okay, doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So unless we get like Consider. Instant would add 1 type, but that's only 9, so we are 1 short from lethal. But what is our opponent going to do with us having 2 counter spells? I mean, I guess if they hit Tron and go Ulamog, we're probably and very dead. But I was going to say they're down to 2, so we can just bolt them, but Psycho Wilt, sure. Psycho Wilt Chamberlain, and that's the game. All right, good. Step number 1, can beat Tron. That's a requirement for me playing a tournament in the modern day era where, you know, people don't have a lot of cards right now. So they're going to play what they have. You know, I played against Tron once at this last tournament. I completely eviscerated them with Death Shadow. But, you know, it's not necessarily a great matchup, so I'm always a little worried. So, all right, round 2. Ooh, look who we have here. Piotr Glakowski, canister. All right, let's battle. With a Yorion pile, of course. All right. We love canister up in here. What we don't love is this hand, though. We don't love this hand at all. On the play, we're gonna have to mulligan this one. Wow. Okay. Gotta love the worst hand against the best player. We will keep. Okay. So let's get rid of this land. And I guess Lightning Bolt. Knowing that canister plays Yorion piles. I mean, pretty obvious that he plays Yorion piles with this Yorion. But yeah, let's go like this. And let's try this. Canister did not mulligan. And we'll say go. I'm sure Piotr is streaming right now. Very popular streamer. Okay, Steam Vents. This the Ragavan. Yeah, Goyf is not that good against this deck, I'll tell you that. So I feel not great. Alright. Let's just play Goyf. Hopefully it's a brick wall to this Ragavan, but if it's not, we're in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Be nice, canister. Be nice. It's a 2-3, so Bolt also kills it. How much we can do. Okay. Let's start with that. Hopefully there is not a counter spell on the other side. I have such few cards that if there is a counter spell, Piotr's going to counter it. I just have far too little of cards. Plus, could have like Teferi lined up for next turn, and then we're in a lot of trouble. Yep. So we could attack for 3, knowing that our card is probably going to get bounced, but I think it's more important to protect. I don't like our chances for this game, y'all. Yeah, just mulligans. Too bad. Too bad here. Not much we can do. Quaddle, maybe canister is stuck on lands as well. Canister, yeah, I was like, if he didn't play lands, then I was probably going to go ham. A land for us, and we'd at least get to play some things. Now it is probably going to be time for us to attack. Yeah, let's play another Goyf. YOLO, let's get in there. Alright, let's bobble. Unholy Heat. They're not going to draw that card anyways because they're going to crack this Misty probably. I don't know if they play Supreme Verdict, but it'd feel kind of weird. But that'd be good against us, believe it or not. Alright, we like this. Hey, we actually have a chance of winning this game now. Goyf is big. Goyf is big. What we don't want to see is like land prismatic ending. But not anything we can do about that, but... Lightning Bolt, huh? Trying to combo this with Lightning Bolt? Otherwise, it's just a bolt at my face. I think I'd rather have a bolt at my face. All right. Oh, I guess a creature would have went to the yard, so maybe that was wrong. Huh. Yeah, I guess that feels kind of stupid on my part now. Because, yeah, they bolt. Then as Ragavan goes to the graveyard, Tarmogoyf would live. Yeah, that was a misplay. But honestly, it was a misplay on Canister's side. But then I just re-misplayed back. So this Abundant Growth... I mean, they can just have any of the Solitudes, right? So it's not like this is the catch-all be-all. But if they have Solitude, I think they have to do it now. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just going to be Giant Murktide. Murk 'em. Alright, then we got a 6/6. We'll say go. Alright, I don't think I'll fall for this one. It's probably just a verdict now. This could be Fury, I guess. It's pretty good. Yeah, looks like we blocked at the wrong times. Alright, what if we dash Ragavan? And attack with Bolt. This isn't great, but we're doing the best we can here. Yeah, because Unholy Heat only deals 2. Wish this was a Lightning Bolt, of course. Then the game would be basically over. Spreading Seas. Well, we might as well cast that. Let's spread this. And we'll say go. Alright, afraid of a lot of things now, including Omnath being the number 1. Okay, this doesn't look like Omnath. Memory Deluge, main phase. We don't mind that. Yeah, that one block, I think, might cost us. The not blocking the Ragavan the first time. And then, honestly, blocking it the second time. We could have just did both of those things wrong. Oh, boy. Okay. This is a Ren. A dashed Ragavan. Okay. Charm. We wish we had that. Let's bobble. Bobble ourselves. There's a Lightning Bolt. I think we're going to keep that one. Let's dash this Ragavan. Could hit Lightning Bolt from them. Scalding Tarn, huh? So we're not going to be able to hit Delirium. Actually, that's a lie. So if they do go Omnath, we can bolt them and then Unholy Heat that. That's pretty good. Here's our Lightning Bolt. Here comes Ragavan. Here comes Ragavan. I just gotta take this and hope it's not so bad. I need my removal spells for other things. Just hope they don't hit a huge creature from us. That is exactly a huge creature. Yep. Ren. Okay. Ragavan is dashed. I mean, we do have the win, technically. We'll see if Canister lets it happen. Alright, so we're going to start by lightning bolting our opponent's face. And then unholy heating Tarmogoyf. And now Ragavan for dash. It's hopefully lethal. Dash. At Canister's face. Yep. Alright, and then we'll play a big old Murktide. Then we can exile a bunch of creatures. Alright, now we got another lethal threat in the air as well as this. And then that Ragavan we can check with this Murktide. They might just go Yorion. Canister can't use Arid Mesa. Oh, Teferi, that's a good one. Oh, we're hoping this Ragavan gets him. Because we're F6'd. It's been a good game. I'm not so afraid of this matchup. After how it's played out so far, at least. Just plays Ragavan, that's smart. Not the perfect timing for that, I'll tell you that. Because of stupid Teferi. We might as well just pay 4 here. Okay. Here's a Murktide. Okay. And then we'll say go. Teferi is a problem. Teferi is very good against us. Okay, no hasty threat. There's a chance our Ragavan just gets there. Hopefully we top deck Lightning Bolt. Okay. Dashed Ragavan. At Canister. Dang it. Yeah, even if Canister didn't have that, still has Memory Deluge in the yard to be able to flash back. So we're dead. And we can't play anything during their turn, so we can't just like top deck Lightning Bolt. It's definitely going to be a grind. But if we top deck 2 bolts and get to go to our turn, then maybe we have a shot. Arid Mesa Abundant Harvest trick is pretty good. Canister correctly waited until after Regavan connected, because if Canister hit Bolt, then it would be lethal. So tight play on Canister's side. Now you gotta think that we're drawing dead with only one draw. Unless Canister plays that, then there's the only chance that we may be live. So that Canister might have a bad hand, but gets to refuel here. They only play like 3 counter spells, so realistically, another Bolt might be GG. Now they get to Abundant Growth up all the Harvest, or all the fetch lands, which is pretty sweet. Donk. No good. All right. Piotr Glukowski takes it down. All right. Veil seems pretty good. Fury doesn't seem bad. Let's see what we don't want. Lightning Bolt is pretty bad, even though, you know, we were drawing to it. So I think we still want to take them out. It just doesn't kill Omnath, but it does kill Regavan. Yeah, I think we should only trim, if anything. I think I like that. Probably don't want to trim too much of a lot of things. Some counter spells. For maybe some cheaper ones. Yeah, I don't want to reinvent the deck on this one. Just try to win. No mulligans to 5, please. I think if we didn't mulligan to 5, we probably would have had it, y'all. Well, we're starting off with a mulligan, it looks like. Not much we can do there. We'll keep this one. And this hand's fine. Keep. We'll get rid of this basic. And we just don't want to see Regavan. Canister mulliganed as well to 6 magic cards. All right, and then I'll say go. Spell Pierce. I think I'll hang on to that one. That's a good one. Okay, and we'll say go. Now we're going to be on a land hunt. But with iteration and consider, it's not so bad. Yeah, we'll counter like Ren, but that's about it. All right. Let's start with consider. Keep that. Now we don't want to play our iteration into, or our expressive into their counterspell, but playing a Goyf here is not bad. They can just bolt it though, I guess. Yeah, I don't want it to be bolted, but honestly, I don't think they run too many bolts, and Unholy Heat doesn't get us, so yeah, let's try it. Let's be a little aggressive here. Honestly, if it just gets counterspelled, I think we just have to snap, let it happen. Yeah, because now they might try to jam Teferi, and if I fight over it and then they play Teferi and I bounce, then the game's over. I can't let that happen. Expressive iteration. I think I will counter that. This would be kind of brutal if this was a Regavan. Canister's version of the deck I do think is much better. Relic. Okay. That's okay. That's a bit of a problem. Red, blue, iteration. Didn't leave green open because we're not going to play Tarmogoyf almost no matter what. So we want to put the land into exile. And the DRC to hand, I guess. Okay. Now let's say go. Buying Yorion, eh? Okay. Blowing this up. Makes sense. I mean, now I think we just want to drop some creatures. They're bad ones right now, but that's okay. They'll get bigger. Canister somehow has 6 cards still. This deck never runs out of steam, basically. Yep. Gotta let that one resolve. Abundant growth. Grow that Goyf. Growth over there, sure. Okay. Now we're just going to hold these 2 counter spells up and grow these as the time goes. But Canister has been playing in such a way where he's trying to tax my mana at different times. And yeah, this has to be a counter. Canister's trying to make sure he maximizes the turns where I have mana available. Very correctly doing so. All right, that made our creatures large. Ragavan. Yeah, I don't think I want to cast that quite yet, but that'll be a nice one. See, if Canister did that during his turn, I would have been able to untap Ragavan and then Charm, so a nice play by him. This is a fast clock. But here's a turn where I expect 2 spells from Canister that matter, and we're only able to counter 1, so... Yeah, if this is Teferi, we're priced into killing it. If this is Omnath, we're priced into killing it. Hopefully they don't have Spell Pierce. Hooray! Ragavan. Boo! Boo, Solitude. Ugh. Covered all our bases here. Well, that was a decent one. Let's bolt this. Put this into the graveyard. This deck is not as good at hitting Delirium as, let's say, the Shadow of Death. Alright, give us something good. That's not something good, whatever it was. Alright. Canister knows our hand, so we can have 6. Not another Ami. Not another Nomnath. Nom 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 nom. We'd be dead. We're dead. Ouch. Ouchies. Well, that's a Goyf, I guess. Big old Goyf. But now the Mesa, they can gain 8 life a turn. We're going to have to just attack down Ren first. And that's just if Canister doesn't have something backbreaking in his hand, which it doesn't look like. Okay. Kill Ren. We're going to hold Ragavan still, because if they have another Ren in 6, then it's really bad. You just almost always hold Ragavans against them anyways. It's usually ideal. Alright, that does grow our Goyf a bit. Alright, Canister seems like he's on empty, or maybe has counter spells in hand, which is kind of the same. But each land is 8 life, so that's a problem. Alright, holds that back so Ragavan can't attack. More life for Caney. It's a good one. Alright, let's attack. Okay. So then let's play Murktide. I still think I want to get rid of all the spells. And we can go like this, I think. Here's a Murktide. Really hope they had Counterspell, to be honest, but alright. More life. Alright, but that life is going to start being outweighed by our Murktide and Goyf here pretty soon. They're large. Okay, now we're just going to try to cast those at any point to get value. Okay, take 10. Bang. Okay, your go. Expressive Iteration. Oh, a dashed Ragavan, huh? I think I still knew that was in hand. Maybe that was the other one. Hopefully they cast like Spreading Seas or something. It's pretty good. It's probably Delirious, yep. Okay. That's a problem. Okay, I'd like to just be able to cast this for value, but no blue cards have been cast. Maybe Veil is a bad card against them. I could see it. Okay, that's a good one. Okay. Well, I could charm back my own DRC and put Iteration into hand. I think I like that. Gain control of my creature. Okay. Now, let's attack Murktide to Ren. This upstairs. Bang. Then we'll say go. That was a great draw. That was a great, great draw. Expressive Iteration is a hell of a Magic card. Alright, what you got now, Piotr? Uh-oh. Yep. That's very good. Goodbye, Murktide. So we know Ragavan is one of the other cards in hand, so it's a mystery card. Okay. All right, let's go to work. All right, what do we want to start with? Probably expressive. We'll definitely keep that. Okay, so Charm into hand, Murktide into the exile. Seems like a slam dunk. Then we can go Murktide, Veil, and play Ragavan. So we have to attack with these, though. Yeah, they might do some double blocking shenanigans here. Yeah, that does seem good. We could try to consider first to maybe hit a burn spell. Burn spell is like GG, right? But even this is just fine, especially when we're playing Murktide. I think we just let this happen. They might have another Omnath in hand, though. That is kind of the problem. All right, we're gonna aim for it. Okay, no such luck. Break even on that. And now Murktide. Boink, 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 boink. Now we could play Ragavan. And honestly, with the fact that we're not really going to need Veil, I kind of like it. Just so their Ragavan can't connect, and now we're F6'd. All of Canister's draws are terrifying, though. Well, that wasn't one of them. Okay. Well, I think it's time to just get in there. Monkey trades. Okay, here's this. A Ragavan of our own. And we'll say go. Now we got a counterspell with a Veil protection, so feeling pretty good now. It's been a crazy game. It's been a very good game. Expressive iteration? Oh, a Das Ragavan? Well, I think I'll just block that. This does give them an extra turn with this kind of hits. It's close. Yeah, that's brutal. Just don't think I can let Ragavan connect. I'll win eventually with this. It's a 3-turn clock now, but... Alright, I'm going to draw some cards. Okay, well, so far these Veils have been awful, but what can you do? Alright, here's this. That does shore up our clock a little bit. Unholy Heat as well. We are delirious, right? Okay, it's not a bad one. Because we can kill an Omnath if they find it as well, but it doesn't stop. Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, okay. Just channeled that, huh? Alright. Well, that's okay. So I didn't necessarily super want that card anyways. Do we even have a green source left in our deck? Oh, no. Uh-oh. Yep. All right. Well, we can no longer Veil. Motobug. Well, these Veils have been awful. Bang! Okay, that was a crazy game. That was a crazy game. Yeah, I think I'm taking those Veils out. They did not feel good. But Bolt on the draw for Ragavan, I think is what we need. We just got to max out, unfortunately. The Goyfs were good. They forced the hand of our opponent, but they are going to be worse on the draw. I kind of want to have some Fury. Yeah, what if I did Fury instead of one of these and one of the bolts? Let's try that. All right. Let us battle. All right, let's try to not mulligan. What do you say? Not mulligan one time? Yeah! Okay, I'll keep. And we got answers to Ragavan. This is about all you can hope for. Okay. Now we'll bobble ourselves a DRC. I'm kind of all about that. Sure, I'll draw it. Let's consider our options. A Goyf. I'm going to put that into the graveyard. I don't think that's right for us quite yet. Okay, got it anyways. So now it's what do we want to play? I think just DRC. And hope that they don't have, I don't know, something. Guess a Wrenn. So we do have Delirium with this land, so Teferi is pretty annoying as well. Oh, we don't mind that. Okay, so now let's crack this. This is going to give us Delirium. Yeah, Breeding Pool for Goyf. And then this feels like we're just going to like Goyf and then play a removal spell here. Yeah, that was a nice draw as well. So let's get in there. And yeah, now we have Unholy Heat if they go Omnath or something. The only thing we don't want to see is Supreme Verdict, but I honestly don't know if Canister plays that. So let's drop the big old Goyf. Just buying Yorion and not having a 2-drop like a Quaddle or anything. Ah, chef's keys. Is this Teferi? Prismatic Ending. That's pretty good right now. Yep. Could easily. I just want to keep 2 threats on the battlefield at all times to make Teferi less impactful. Oh, is this another one? Okay, well, let's respond. Let's make sure we don't fetch our basics since they have the Beseju land. Oops. All of that was wrong. Let's consider our options. Don't want another Bolt. I don't mind another DRC, except I'm going to exile basically everything with Murktide. Yeah, I'm gonna bin that one as well. Maybe that's wrong. I'm trying to find like a Spell Pierce or something. Ragavan's pretty good. Alright, I think it's just dash Ragavan, then play Merc. Might regret this, Because this could easily be an Omnath turn, but I might draw a land. Alright, I'm going to soak up the value while I can. It is pretty bad against, damn, it's pretty bad against Omnath and Teferi, so this is our prey turn. Where if we untap, we promise we won't commit these kind of sins again. We'll leave mana open. No, no! Oh, expressive iteration. Expressive iteration. Yes, 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 yes. We'd love an iteration. Okay, we know they have iteration now. Omnath isn't the absolute worst if they don't pair it with 5 mana. This is going to be a big turn. Okay, well, it's not that. Was this just Yorion? Okay, that's reasonable. Hey, we like that with all our Unholy Heats and stuff. Draw your 1 magic card there, Canister. Okay, so now we can definitely kill this, and then we could just like dash Ragavan and keep that going. I think I like it. Don't think the world's ready for Murktide yet. Let's do the dash. And then have red open for Unholy Heat. Start nickeling and diming them. Been a battle. Attack, attack. Okay, so yeah, we can't do anything with that. Nor would we want to. And we'll dash this back and we'll say go. Iteration is fine. We knew that was in her hand. That's a good lesson, y'all, is you saw how Canister tapped. It was very clear that there was an iteration in hand. Always keep it in the back of your head. It's not like it mattered this time because we have nothing to do to an iteration anyways, but, you know, all those little subtle things, everything that people do, everything that Magic players do is for a reason, and just tapping mana, just looking at their graveyard, all these things you pick up on as tells. You know, even online. In paper, a lot more. A lot more in paper, of course. Still just don't want to see Teferi. Okay. Ragavan? Okay. Starting to feel pretty good about this game, y'all. Probably have Quaddle or Counterspell or something like that, but now it's the question of, do we want to go for it? And I think the answer is yes. So first we try to dash Ragavan. And then we try to Unholy Heat Ragavan. Then we're going to try to attack. Then we're going to Unholy Heat Ragavan, or Unholy Heat Quaddle. Yeah, dang it. Okay, but we at least put Canister to 3 here. And now we hope the final thing isn't so bad. Just no Omnath to gain some life. No. No! No, it's totally Omnath. Oh, no. I think we played bad. Oh, no. Dang it. Canister got us. There's the mana. Teferi, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Canister too good. Canister is overpowered. Could have bounced Ice Fang Quaddle. No Quaddle Canister? Okay, well. Now we might need that other bolt. That was not what the doctor ordered. Well, I guess we attack down to Fairy. Or do we even care? Yeah, I think we're supposed to care. Okay. All right, let's go with Channeler and Murktide. There's the Veil. They did represent Veil before. That was pretty clear that they had that. Now we're hoping for the best. Uh-oh. 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 Solitude? Oh, no. Yeah, I think we're dead. This was a battle, though. Yikes. Well, I think we have no choice but to kill this. And then Ragavan. Bolt this. And we'll keep this on top. And we'll dash Ragavan. And let's force them to pop Relic here. Keep Teferi alive. Yeah, we used all of our Unholy Heats aggressively, thinking we were going to win the game, but Canister got us good. Alright, so here's this. Okay, there's an iteration. We do not have a land, unfortunately. So we want to keep our iteration there, I guess. Maybe we need it to go to the graveyard. No, we're going to keep it. Alright, let's see what they're going to draw. Another Omnath, good to keep in mind. So we know they have Omnath and something else. Okay, red, blue, iteration. Yep. Both of our Veils, it seems like, were very bad. Fetch land. Jeez, that was a good top deck. That was a good top deck, Canister. I guess we want the Goyf, and we'll put this Consider into our hand. Or we put the Consider away. Okay, I guess we just have to make plays. Well, let's consider. I want to try to hit a land. No. Blue, green, Goyf. Kill Teferi. I'll say go. Now it's coming down to the clock, too. I didn't even see that. F6, F6. Yep. Okay, we're gonna go click crazy here. What is this? Yep, that makes sense. God, Relic's so good against us. Goyf. Ragavan. Go. Memory Deluge eating us alive. Is this Fury? Okay. Yep, got clocked. Got clocked. Wow. Well, I did not expect that that was the way we were going to win this. But, you know, we were both probably streaming, essentially. I'm making a video. Canister was doing that. And so we were talking to people and, you know, crazy match there for sure. But, wow, that was incredible. That was incredible. All right, everyone. I like to keep these videos at about an hour. And believe it or not, that match was pretty much an hour already. So that's going to do it for this one. But you best believe we're going to play more of this Temur deck because I really like it. So like, subscribe, and, you know, hit the bell for notifications. I really appreciate all the support. And we'll see you on the next Dropping Bombs video, okay? Peace.